Topping the news at 5:30, police are investigating that fatal truck accident in Dunkirk yesterday, while the truck driver's family is asking what really happened on the tracks. Investigative reporter Luke Moretti is here with the latest tonight. Luke?
Jackie, truck driver Randolph Todd had made several hauls to the Purina plant in Dunkirk. His most recent visit was last month, according to the trucking company he worked for. Dunkirk Police Chief David Ortolano says truck driver Randolph Todd went around the crossing gate here on Middle Road.
He made the call to go around the gate instead of waiting.
Police say they have interviewed a few witnesses to the crash. But how long was the gate down before the truck crossed into the path of an Amtrak passenger train?
I don't know for sure. They said it was a few minutes.
The 51-year-old truck driver from Texas died in the collision. His tractor-trailer demolished from the force of the impact. Now the Arkansas company he drove for, Lou Thompson and Son, is doing its own investigation.
According to an eyewitness, our driver had sat behind two cars at the crossing for quite a while, with the crossbars down, the lights flashing, but no train. And after quite a while, the two cars went around the crossing and crossed the tracks. And we are assuming that our driver assumed that the crossbars had malfunctioned and that there was no train since they had waited quite a while. So we are assuming that he looked and went ahead and proceeded across the tracks, and obviously that's when the train got him.
Just one day after the tragic mishap, traffic was again flowing at the rail crossing. Truck driver Bill Colvin says he's done his share of waiting at this location.
Yeah, you come through at times, and sometimes they're down and there's no train around in sight. Yeah. You either wait or you got to try and see if you can back up and take another route.
The other thing to consider, look at how the tracks bend around just before the crossing.
It's a matter of seconds, for when that train comes around a curve. It's a blind curve there, so it doesn't take long for the train to make it, once it's at that curve, to get to the crossing.
Now, Company Vice President Josh Thompson tells me that you couldn't ask for a better driver than Randolph Todd, saying there were never issues with his driving. He calls it a terrible loss for the company. Luke Moretti, News 4.